I'm hitting the road again for more grand days out around our beautiful country.
The sun is shining, the birds are singing.
And as always, taking me every mile of the way, my hard-working little camper van. Named after one of my favourite people, Helen Mirren.
Are you happy, Helen? Yes, I'm having a lovely time.
She's the perfect travelling companion. For great adventures on foot.
I've got my own boat.
All across the country. I'll be going all out.
What a treat.
To find stunning places.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Explore hidden treasures.
Nick, look at this place.
And meet wonderful people.
They're very good, Jimmy.
It's a celebration of some amazing sights.
Oh, I love it.
Both big.
It's the vastness of it.
And small. So come and join me. On my grand days out. This time, I'm exploring stunning South Wales.
Outstanding.
I'm hunting out new treasures.
Nice laser pen, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It was like magic.
Bumping into new friends.
That was full contact. Cyberman.
And enjoying surprises.
1, 2, 3.
In all sorts of amazing places.
Just like that. Pew, 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 pew.
It's the start of my journey, and Helen seems rather perky.
And I'm absolutely aware of the fact I make a lot of decisions between Helen and I, partly because she's a van. But this time I thought, Helen, where do you want to go on our day out? And Wales.
And what a great choice she's made.
So, are you happy, Helen? Yes, I'm having a lovely time. There you go. Excellent relationship.
From hilltop forts to medieval masterpieces, Wales has more castles per square mile than any other country in Europe. And Cardiff's magnificent castle is inviting us in to plot our route.
This is absolutely gorgeous. Right, here's the exciting bit. Let's plan the adventure using my trusty map. I'm going to go for it. We're going to cover a lot of ground, and I'm going to do kind of a... yeah.
I'll start by exploring Cardiff. Travel on to Kurilli before heading west through the Rhondda Valley and completing my journey on the stunning Gower Peninsula.
It's always good to give Helen a right good run, you know? It's nice when we stay in a small area, but it's also nice to feel the wind in our hair, on the open road. Come on, Susan, you know how to fold a map. So, let's get going.
I'm starting right here. In the 1860s, work began to turn the castle into a dream palace for the 3rd Marquis of Bute.
Wow.
The Marquis was said to be the richest man in the British Empire.
It's a feast for the eyes.
And this was just one of his many homes.
If you come round for tea at my house, this is not what it looks like.
Somewhat incredibly, the Marquis and his family spent only 6 weeks a year here. Even so, they obviously didn't skimp on the decoration.
There's this staircase here. It's a statement staircase, easy for me to see. So I'll try and be grand as I go up. That's not grand, that's just weird. I mean, it's a velvet handrail. Of all the things.
Of course, such luxury isn't meant for all of us.
Cats would just scratch that. This place is the very definition of there's no such thing as too much.
Clearly, I need a guide to help navigate all this opulence.
Hello. You look like someone who knows what they're talking about.
Assistant Curator Urfel Parry can tell me more about the castle and its moneybags owner.
It's quite difficult to to comprehend now how much money he had.
He owned the mineral rights to the South Wales coalfields.
Right.
He owned the canal. He owned the railway. He owned the port of Cardiff. Money was pouring in, about £300,000 every year.
Which is now, that would...
Oh, it'd be something silly like 30 million a year.
My goodness.
In today's money.
And the loaded lord lavished money on the finest craftsmen of the day to create a medieval fantasy castle.
Where are we just now? I mean, it's a magnificent, quite a grand room. What would this room have been used for?
Well, funnily enough, there was a smoking room.
Smoking?
Yeah.
OK.
But Victorians had very rigid views as to who could enter this ornate chamber.
I would imagine...
Yes.
I don't know why I'm talking like this.
Neither do I.
Like a Victorian lady. I would imagine I wouldn't have necessarily been allowed in. Would I have been allowed in this room?
No, absolutely not.
You said that with perfect Victorian disdain.
Thank you very much.
And to scare curious ladies away, a terrifying carving was placed by the door. Thankfully today, Urfel is a much more welcoming host.
Looking up at the ceiling here, you'll find the 12 signs.
Nice laser pen, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It was like magic. It just appeared. No, get up there. Go on, get up and point at him.
So you've got the 12 signs of the zodiac in the roundels. And then underneath then, the paintings that you can see, well, they represent the seasons. And it's not yellow paint above you. It's 22 carat gold
real
leaf.
gold.
Yeah, so I'll be searching you before you leave.
It's okay. I find gold ostentatious. She said, quickly dropping gold out of her pocket.
This gilded palace isn't the only family property in town. The Marquis also owned the docks on Cardiff Bay, from where coal was exported all over the world. The area is still known as Butte Town, and I've heard there's a great way to explore.
Life jacket. Here's a life jacket. It goes on just like a jacket. Just in there for you. Just in there. Okay.
Apparently, Rosie's boat tour is the speediest way to explore Cardiff Bay.
It's fast, it's fun, and it's going to get you everything that you want to see.
Here we go. Here we go. If James Bond was set in Cardiff, this is what it would look like.
Once home to the world's busiest coal port, Cardiff's waterfront has recently undergone something of a renaissance.
Oh, I love it.
And thankfully, we're slowing down long enough to see some of it.
Oh, is that the Welsh Parliament there?
So it is the Welsh Parliament, the Senedd as we call it in Wales, and it's where all of our governments take place. The big Millennium Centre.
Yeah. Very recognisable, that.
You can see it from the minute you come into the bay. It's the very first thing that you see.
But of course, on this kind of tour, we can't hang around for long.
Do you know how I know I'm having a good time, Rosie?
How do you know?
I've got a slightly snotty nose. My mother always told me to carry a hanky, and I haven't got a hanky, so I'm going to have to do this, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, moving swiftly on.
Woo.
Cardiff Bay's incredible regeneration was kick-started by an astonishing piece of engineering, the that seals the bay from the sea to create a vast freshwater lake.
We're surrounded by the locks. As you can see, the 3 gates just over there with the counterweights is how we get in and out of the Bristol Channel.
Before it was built, the huge tidal range of the bay meant large parts of it were inaccessible for many hours every day. But now boat users and even fish can go where they want, when they want.
So we have a fish pass, so that they...
A fish pass?
A fish pass, yes. So it's like a little channel.
I just imagine all these fish going, you know what, here you go, like a bus pass.
You might have noticed there's a lot of cormorants, the blackbirds.
Yes, there's
at the
quite a
top.
lot of birds.
There's a lot of birds,
Yes.
and they're very clever because they know that the salmon and the trout pass through this pass. So they're watching for those. But I always say the clever salmon and the clever fish make their way through the lock gate. So they go out with the boats, which the birds don't spot. But they will always come back.
Because they're all looking that way.
Because they're all looking that way.
I love that. The birds are all like, they're coming. And the wee fish are like, no, we're going this way. Oh, sweet.
Clever fish, clever engineering, a beautiful new waterfront, and not a second wasted. Coming up, I go deep into the Welsh valleys
There's a whole world underground.
It is, yeah.
and attempt to channel a comedy hero.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like
Just
that.
like that.
I'm having a grand day out exploring the historic heartlands and incredible coastline of South Wales.
Wales is looking absolutely stunning as always.
My next destination, Kurilli, lies just 7 miles north of the capital city. Famed for its tangy cheese and enormous 13th century castle, Kurilli was also the birthplace of entertainment legend Tommy Cooper, whose act uniquely blended magic and comedy.
A long time ago, I was a stand-up comedian. And I started stand-up because I loved the comedians I saw on the telly. Especially kind of old school ones, like Morecambe and Wise and Tommy Cooper. And I didn't know, my fault, Tommy Cooper's actually from here. I loved him.
And they love him so much here, they formed the Kurilli Tommy Cooper Society 20 years ago. As well as raising funds for charity, they also commissioned this magnificent 9-foot sculpture.
You knew who he was as soon as you saw him. And to me, that's so important in comedy, to have that presence.
Society members wear a fez to honour Tommy, which makes Elizabeth Aldworth very easy to find.
Hello,
Oh, hello.
are you Elizabeth?
I am.
I'm Susan, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, how lovely, Susan, to meet you.
Did you used to watch Tommy Cooper on the television back in the day as well?
I did, yes. I really loved Tommy Cooper and his one-line jokes. And I also went to see him in a live show in Blackpool.
Did you?
Absolutely stupendous. He was a big man and we've got a big statue.
What's your connection with the place? Have you lived here your whole life?
Yes, yes. I'm a local girl, really.
Uh-huh.
And presently I'm the borough mayor.
You're the mayor?
Yeah, which is fantastic.
No one told me I was speaking to the mayor. I'm speaking to the mayor. My goodness!
And it's the mayor I must impress if I'm to get the privilege of wearing a fez.
I think you'll have to perform this joke.
Okay.
First of all, we'll see how that...
Oh, are you going to
Yes,
judge me?
it's a test.
Now, what's quite interesting is you've gone from congenial mayor of Kurilli to Simon Cowell within 10 seconds.
Afraid so.
Okay, do I do it in my style or do I do it as Tommy Cooper?
Oh, Tommy Cooper style, please.
You have switched, Elizabeth! You have switched into the most terrifying thing!
If you thought X Factor judges were tough, they're far harsher on the Fez Factor.
Okay. I said, Doctor, I feel like a pair of curtains. And he said, then put yourself together.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I can now formally invite you to be a member of the Tommy Cooper Society.
Okay. I'll put this on.
Yes.
This is actually super exciting.
And I can't leave without hearing how Elizabeth tells them.
I said to the wife, have you seen the dog bowl? She said, I didn't know he played cricket.
Bang!
I think we've both done Tommy proud.
Just like that.
10 miles west of Caerphilly in the Rhondda Valley lies the former coal mining village of Trehavod. In the early 20th century, a third of the Welsh workforce were employed by the mines, with this valley alone having over 53 collieries. Lewis Merthyr Colliery was one of the biggest. It closed in 1983, but now runs as an interactive museum and employs former miners like John Evans.
John, it's a pleasure to meet you. Can you tell me what it was like for you working in the mines? It must have been a really physical job.
It was. I started at the age of 15, and I started working a hand-cut coal face. That's pick, shovel, and a small pneumatic pick as well, yeah?
Wow.
My father worked in the mines, 2 grandfathers worked in the mines, yeah.
And in terms of the community around here, mining would have been right at the centre of it, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Nobody's door was ever locked, and you could walk straight in. If somebody didn't have any food in the house, for instance, you could knock next door and there'd be a dinner put on the table for you. It was really good times in them days.
What was that like to spend your days underground?
Well, it wasn't too bad in my era because we only spent 7¼ hours down there. But when the Victorians were underground, they would spend 12 hours a day, 6 days a week underground.
This colliery was part of a group that employed around 5,000 workers, producing over 1 million tonnes of coal a year.
Can I take your arm?
Okay.
Take my arm, I do no harm, I only smoke cigars.
And that working life underground has been faithfully recreated by the museum.
You're not nervous at all?
No, I'm not nervous. Should I be nervous, John?
Oh, well, I don't know. A lot of people are when they go down, yeah?
Real miners could descend more than 1,400 feet. The tunnel we're going to is built on top of that, and so only 1 floor down.
Down we go then, guys.
Okay.
Even so, it certainly feels like a taste of the real thing.
I used to go down so fast, it used to take your breath away.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was really scary on times as well. You really get thrown around, it can be that frightening.
Jeez.
And I know men that have happened to, and they walked away from the mine,
Right.
and they refused to come back again.
Because of just
yeah,
that part
they
of
were
it?
that scared, yeah?
So this is quite a sedate entry. This is not what it would have been like.
This is nice.
No, this is nice. This is not what it... That is...
Yeah.
What a way to go to work in the mornings.
There we
Oh,
go.
wow, John.
This is what we call pit bottom. We're now
Right.
at the bottom of the mine now.
Okay.
Right? And we're going to make our way through the mine.
There's a whole world underground.
It is, yeah. Some mines you could have as much as 45 miles of tunnels.
Did it feel a little bit like an underground city? Do you know when you were down
It
here?
did, yeah. Whichever way you walked, whichever roadway or tunnel you went down, you would come across somebody working in the mine. There would be about 1,500 men.
Uh-huh.
and you get them on know them all by first name. Yeah.
The network of tunnels were in part created with the help of dynamite, and firing the charges was once one of John's highly dangerous jobs.
And I would shout on top of my voice, "Fire!" so everybody in the area knows there's going to be an explosion.
So they are trying to find the coal by blasting their way through. The safety procedures are just you shouting,
Yeah.
we're about to explode.
Yeah.
Thing. That's it.
Right, you ready for the explosion,
So it's
Susan?
okay, yeah. Yes?
1, 2, 3. Well, you jumped a little bit.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
To be fair, John didn't tell me it was just going to be a sound effect. The recreation feels very authentic, but what really brings this place to life are John's incredible stories.
It's in your blood, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Many people say to me at the end of a guided tour, say, "You love this, don't you?" They actually say to me, "You love doing this?" I said, "Yeah, I do."
The collieries may be gone, but miners have played a vital role in the rousing Penduras male choir since it first formed almost a century ago. They're singing Mfanwe, a traditional love song considered by many to be one of the greatest ever written.
It only sounds beautiful, but it's that sense of community that John was talking about. A choir always gets me. And in the sunshine of the Welsh valleys, this one is particularly special.
Coming up, I go Welsh baseball batty.
That's my special move.
Woo! And celebrate St David's Day in style.
Wonderful.
I'm having a grand day out exploring stunning South Wales with my pint-sized friend.
I mean, I'm just freewheeling now.
And we're in Cardiff for another bite of this amazing place. The capital is said to have more parks per person than any other UK city. And I've come to a community called Splot to find out what the locals like to do in theirs.
Here are my top 3 things I like to do when I'm in a park. 1, eat ice cream. 2, have a picnic. 3, put down some jumpers and play 3 and in.
And now there's a 4th option. Splot Albion Blue Sox have invited me to play Welsh baseball. The game was developed here over 100 years ago, and it's not to be confused with the popular American version. The coach of this Welsh sport is the delightfully named Holly Ireland.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. You?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
You're holding a baseball bat.
I've got a baseball bat.
Give me that one. So this
Have
is a
the
baseball bat.
Yes.
Normal baseball bat.
Yes.
Is this what you play with?
So this is a Welsh baseball bat.
Okay. And it is much more like a cricket bat, isn't it?
It is. It is.
But it's not a cricket bat.
It is not a cricket bat. It is not as fat, and it is not as wide. So those are 2 ways of saying the same thing.
But why use one description when you can use two, Holly? Absolutely.
Correct.
Welsh baseball developed at the end of the 19th century and was played mainly in the working class communities of Cardiff and Newport. The game isn't as widely played these days, but teams like the Blue Sox are keeping the Ladies' League very much alive.
What is it that people get out of it? Why do they come along to the park and play?
It's a bit of Welsh culture, but mostly they get the camaraderie out of it.
Yes.
And before I join in, I'd better pick up some tips.
In Welsh baseball, the bowl, the pitch to the batter, is you'll take 2 steps and really...
So it's an underarm?
Yes, it is a
You
underarm.
looked amazing there, by the way.
Thank you.
Excuse me, that was you were like some form of superhero. That was it was very like that.
And fast bowling isn't the only special technique.
Hips make hits. So if you get your hips around, you're going to make a hit.
Shakira knows that as well, obviously. Yes.
It's a good rule for life.
Hips make hits. I don't know, and then I instinctively went like that for some unknown reason.
You give me your best, I'll be happy.
Okay, I'll give you my best. You're such a coach. Right, I'm going to go and get changed, and I'll see you back here in a minute, OK? Right,
Great.
back soon.
It's my job to make my way around 4 bases marked with poles. And it's the outfielder's job to guard them.
That's my special move.
And hopefully, not my only one. The game actually feels a bit like rounders. With more than a hint of mixed martial arts.
That was full contact!
But at least I'm still in. 1 down, 3 to go.
I'm off! I'm off!
It pays to be fast and forceful.
Get out of my way! Then where am I going?
I'm definitely getting into my stride now.
Am I doing all right?
Yeah, you're doing very good.
1 more base and I'm home.
Oh!
And that's a run.
Did it. Tired.
Welsh baseball is obviously a great way to bump into new friends. But I think I might just sit out the next innings. Cardiff has been absolutely brilliant. And now it's time to leave the city behind us and head west, deep into the Carmarthenshire countryside. Set in the rolling hills overlooking the Towie Valley. The Great Glasshouse at the National Botanic Garden of Wales is the biggest single-span glasshouse on the planet. Measuring almost 100 metres long, the cutting-edge structure is filled with rare and unusual plants from all around the world, and the gardens that surround it, with a profusion of more easily recognised blooms.
Sometimes a plan comes together perfectly. I'm in Wales, amazing. It's St David's Day, which is brilliant, and I'm at these glorious botanic gardens. Now, let me tell you a story. When I was 8, I was a bridesmaid, and I had my photograph taken in a field of daffodils, and I looked adorable.
Even now, the sight of that trumpet-shaped symbol of spring hurtles me back to childhood. And thankfully, this time I can enjoy the daffodils without the 80s fashions. It's not just lovely flowers that draw visitors here. David Hardy is one of the staff who have the privilege of spending every day around this amazing glasshouse.
Whoop! Hi, David.
Hi.
Happy St David's Day.
Dydd Gwyl Dewi Hapus, as we say in Wales.
Oh, lovely, thank you. I remember as a kid wandering through the Botanic Gardens in Glasgow. When you go into the glasshouses, the different feeling, the heat, it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's a nice thing to do, to stand and listen to the gasps.
Designed to look like a giant raindrop, the Great Glasshouse opened in 2000 and is home to the best collection of Mediterranean plants in the Northern Hemisphere.
There's 780 panes of glass, and they all weigh about a quarter of a tonne. So the solar gain we get in there makes any little slight glimpse of sunshine really warm the place up, and then it starts to smell like holidays. All the scents are released, and it's just, well, magical.
I'm going to pick my way through this field of daffodils so I don't hurt any of them, and I'll go for a wee wander. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I'm going to be gentle with them.
And I could hardly have picked a better day to visit this stunning place. Clearly, the St David's Day celebrations are in full swing.
Oh, brilliant. Wonderful.
The traditional Welsh dancing is lovely to see, and inside the glasshouse, the air is filled with the sweet sounds of the Welsh national instrument, the harp.
Isn't that beautiful? And there's quite a crowd of people just enjoying it. I love the harp anyway, but what a glorious place to listen to it.
The triple harp arrived here from Italy in the 17th century, and it became so popular it was renamed the Welsh harp.
Do you know what I love about the harp? It's going to sound strange. The fingers seem happy. Do you know what I mean? If you look at the way she's playing, it's like having happy hands.
Now that's made my St David's Day. It seems South Wales is full of out-of-this-world attractions. And now I'm heading around an hour away to the Glamorgan coast to check out a very special beach. With its dramatic cliffs and otherworldly rock formations, Dunraven Bay has become a very popular location for science fiction filming and sci-fi buffs like me.
Something you might not know about me is that I'm a huge fan of a certain television programme called Doctor Who. I absolutely love it. I've got a full-size Dalek in my dining room, a surprisingly chatty supper companion.
To say I'm excited by my visit to the atmospheric beach where so many iconic Doctor Who scenes have been filmed is something of an understatement. So please forgive me if my imagination runs wild. And where there's a TARDIS, there has to be a doctor.
Dalek! Cyberman! Cyberman! This doctor does a lot of running!
Time to get off this planet.
Oh, no. That's small even for me.
They say it's larger on the inside, but I don't think I'll risk it.
Jelly baby?
After all, I've got something even the doctor doesn't have.
Don't worry, Helen. I'll never swap you for a TARDIS. I can't time travel with her, but I can travel all the time.
Coming up, Helen gets a makeover.
I'll water them in as well.
And I get a proposition.
On your acceptance of that spoon, then we'd be betrothed to be married.
Oh, right.
Yep.
It's the last leg of my fabulous grand day out on the South Wales coast.
The sun is shining, the birds are singing.
And Helen is pootling along nicely. We're now heading around an hour west along the coast to the outstanding Gower Peninsula. This was the first place in Britain to be designated an area of outstanding natural beauty. And Three Cliffs Bay makes a stunning location for a spot of essential maintenance.
Oh, hi. Welcome to a new segment of the show called Gardening with Susan. It's a work in progress, that title. I thought what would be really nice was to brighten Helen up a little bit with some daffodils. So I'm just finishing planting them now. I'll water them in as well, because you've always got to water them in. A little bit there. Love gardening personally. Very important to talk to your plants because it helps them grow. I mean, you can talk to them about anything. I like to talk to them about Torval and Dean and Bolero. Yes, I think they were excellent as well.
The Gower Peninsula's beautiful coastline begins in the charmingly named Mumbles. This well-to-do place is home to some very famous people, and I've been told, if I'm lucky, I could bump into a Hollywood star.
It's where Catherine Zeta-Jones is from, and I love Catherine Zeta-Jones. Her performance in Chicago was outstanding! Catherine Zeta-Jones is not here. I have checked. Probably good for her. Because I'd sing. He had it coming! He had it coming! One day I'll meet her.
And when I do, I'll be sure to ask her if Michael Douglas is an old romantic. The Welsh tradition of giving love spoons as tokens of affection began hundreds of years ago.
This is gorgeous.
And they still have the power to stir emotions. So I've come to the Love Spoon Gallery to discover what makes them so special.
Hi there.
Hello,
I'm Susan. What's your name?
Sean Llewellyn.
Sean began carving love spoons professionally 25 years ago.
The tradition began in sort of 1667. The menfolk of those days would have a cowl spoon, so the cowl spoon was used for dishing out cowl, like a Welsh soup. But then they took it upon themselves to start carving the handles. So this one has got like a simple heart and the shepherd's crook back.
Over time, the designs became more intricate and the spoons evolved into powerful tools for romance.
If I fancied you back in those days,
Well,
as
you can fancy me now
I
as well.
would,
I mean, it's absolutely fine.
as I would,
it's absolutely fine.
Wait
yeah.
now, so some of the prettier girls may have about half a dozen fanciers.
Oh,
So it'd be
right.
up to me to make the best spoon possible to give to you. On your acceptance of that spoon, then we'd be betrothed to be married.
Every spoon is unique, and the messages carved on them can be very complex indeed.
Can you show me a spoon and tell me what it means?
So this would be like either a typical wedding spoon or anniversary spoon. So the bowl I want to provide for you. The diamond then is good fortune, wealth.
Okay.
Celtic weave, eternal love, everlasting love.
Because it's intertwined. They're intertwined.
Yeah. The heart then is love and affection. Two hearts entwined, each other's love return.
And as statements of romantic intent go, the love spoon could be rather bold.
So this one
Wow.
has the ball in the cage.
So what does the ball mean inside it?
If it's one ball, it means that I'm trying to entrap your soul, entrap your love. Or if it's more than one ball, then it's going to be the number of children we're going to have. So beware of having any with about half a dozen balls in it.
Well, yes, at my age, most certainly. I think that ship has sailed.
To mark my trip, Sean's kindly created something very special indeed.
Oh, Sean, you're going to make me cry. Oh, you're going to make me cry.
So we've got the bowl for good fortune, wealth.
Fingers crossed.
2 hearts. The
Helen.
heart, Helen in the heart, your love for Helen, and the Scottish thistle because you're Scottish.
That is extraordinary, and I will treasure this for the rest of my life. Thank you so much. I know who I'm going to give this to. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
See you in a bit, darling.
Ta-da,
Bye.
ta-da.
As always, Helen has been the perfect companion. And as the Gower Peninsula has completely captured our hearts, it makes the perfect setting to end our grand day out in South Wales.
Helen, I've got a surprise for you. I've got your little souvenir from our time in Wales. It's a gorgeous love spoon. It's 2 hearts, symbolising the 2 of us. That's you, in case you don't know what you look like. So I'll put that there. Hope you like it. And have you enjoyed your time in Wales? Yeah, me too. It's been smashing.
And the great thing about Helen is there's always another journey to come. Next time, I've set sail to explore the magical Isle of Man.
God, big strokes.
I'll discover vintage gems,
It's a beautiful sound. The tooting.
live life to the max, and enjoy the very small
You can fit this in the back of Helen.
and extremely large.
This is what I call a grand day out.